Welcome to the AI case study. Welcome all. Thank you for tuning in. So, we're going to be looking at a very interesting show. It used to be one of my favorite shows called, to all the Americans out there, called EastEnders. And it seems to be going to be very interesting from the title because Denzel introduces Patrick to AI. Now, obviously, I don't know who this young man is, but I know the legend here, Patrick. Patrick, there's only one Patrick in EastEnders. Guys, if you're over the seas, you will never understand how much this show really meant a lot to a lot of people. I can't even stress it enough. You know, some people have their Coronation Streets, their Emmerdales, but for me, it was EastEnders. But anyway, we won't dive back into the past too much. Let's go into the future. And this is very interesting for me as well, also, because obviously, since I used to watch this show, and Lord of Mercy, it's been years, but I've seen Patrick in the show from when I was young, so you can only imagine. And one thing I do actually like, what I do like from EastEnders, is it has kind of kept up with the times. So I want to see what this segment's really about. And yeah, let's go straight into it. Let's go straight into it.
Oh, what is this?
Come over here, I want to show you something.
I'm not tired.
It won't take long. It won't
Tired. I love it.
take long, please.
Is that my phone?
Yeah, I had to borrow it. Okay. So I want you to imagine Anthony was with us.
Denzel?
No, listen, just hear me.
Okay, I can see where this is going. Yeah, I can see where this is going. This is really interesting. I can't. So where this is going to be going is obviously the young man obviously had Patrick's phone, and he must have done some voice recording or something. And I don't know. Let's carry on watching.
Now, all right, please. If you could talk to him right now, if you could.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Someone's died, I'm guessing, and he's obviously took Patrick's phone and got a recording or something, and they put it into like a little AI platform, and now it's going to be able to talk to Patrick.
Say just one thing to him, what would you say?
Hello. Sorry, Patrick, what is
I would
this?
say that, sorry. Sorry for what I said to you in the end. It's a wicked thing to do, and I take it back 100 times over. I take it back. It's okay, Dad. I know you
Wow.
didn't mean it.
Hold on, guys. Wow. Do you know why this is really deep? And this is really powerful. And this is where I know that this is where AI is actually wrong. And again, with the AI case study, we like to look at, different reactions, different AI tools, etc. But also, this is a really good example on how the young generation, and obviously I don't know this character. Obviously, as I said, I've gone past these EastEnders. But with this young man here, he may have thought really good of this situation. Like, okay, I see my granddad's in pain. I want to, help him out. Obviously, losing his son. I'm going to use what I know best is technology. Let me use technology to connect. But then you don't know the impact and what it can have on the older generation. Forget the older generation, how it can impact humans in general. Because imagine you hearing your loved one that died talk to you via voice. Obviously, it's AI. That's scary. I think that's where it gets a bit, political. Yeah, I think it's very wrong. I think it's going to cause, as we did, we covered this, BBC, funny enough, they covered this in AI psychosis. And I think it can definitely cause some type of psychosis. I generally believe that. Because it's not normal. Let the dead rest, I think. But again, guys, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. But let's continue watching.
It's okay, Dad. I know you didn't mean it.
Look at that.
What in God's name is that?
See? You look at the expression. I'm telling you. That is... Obviously, it's acting. But I can imagine a lot of old people going through this situation. Like, you got to understand, especially, people born in the, I would say the 60s, pushing around Patrick's age in this show, and I think he's around 80 in this show, I think. But let's just say people around 80s and late 60s. It's a big thing. They're not even used to social media, never let alone AI. And then what? Your grandson or your granddaughter is just saying, oh, I can program your dead relatives or family, friends, etc. to say, oh, you are coming back from the dead. I can hear your voice. This scares the crap out of me. Yeah, I would be very careful. Again, people, we're going to be seeing this a lot more. I've covered this video before. It's so strange saying that, actually, because it's been such a while since I've been back on YouTube. I say such a while. It's been like nearly 2 months. But again, it just feels strange because there was a rhythm back then. But anyway, we move forward. But I do remember covering a video of an app that did exactly this. Yeah? And I need to have like another sheet where I've got all the reminder videos. I'm telling you now, people. And let's continue.
In God's name is that?
I programmed an app with Anthony's voice. It's like an AI thing. It means you can talk to him again. It's amazing, isn't it?
Shut up.
No, man! No!
Sorry, Patrick is hilarious. Obviously, this is a very delicate situation, but if you guys know Patrick, he's such a really the character is he's really good. I really enjoyed watching him when I was back in the heyday, hey? But anyway, let's continue.
So much. I thought it would help. I thought it would bring him out of himself.
You know what? Again, this is probably what the young generation are going to be trying to do for their grandparents and their older relatives. They're thinking it may be an actual generally good thing, and they may need. They're just coming from a place of heart, really. They're like, oh man, I want to try and help them out and make them feel something again. But again, there's a lot of consequences that's going to be happening, and we're going to see. Again, I've mentioned it before. We're going to see a huge amount of AI psychosis. I generally believe that. I've only just begun, and the way the world is going right now, it wouldn't surprise me. We continue.
Again.
To be traumatized.
To be traumatized.
Okay, I'll delete it. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait. I want to talk to him.
Patrick, this is not a good idea.
I want to hear his voice again.
Wow. Yeah, this is a bit. I'm always thinking of. As soon as I'm seeing this now, I'm just straight away thinking of old generations going through this same scenario, and we're gonna see it more on news. And I'm telling you, it's a bit. Yeah, let's continue.
Please.
What have you been up
I just thought of
to?
something straight away whilst watching. Hold on, don't know how this is gonna come out, but say we've seen this. Obviously, AI voice of the dead. Let's just call it. I wonder what it's going to be interacted or implemented in hospitals as well. And I can just see, when I mean hospitals, as in, are people going to really, or family and relatives are going to be like, if their grandma or granddad's going to be dying, are they going to want their last voice recordings onto a certain system, or like it's in the hospital walls or whatever? I don't know how it's going to be, but I don't know, it just came. Something hospitals and AI, how it's going to be interacted more than a personal level. Something like this. Guys, please, when you do watch this video, put any ideas in the comments down below. Really interesting. I'm trying to expand on it, but I'm kind of saying like, hospitals meet this type of technology. Where is it going to lead to? That's a question I thought for you guys.
Up to? Nothing. I just can't face doing anything.
You know that's not good for you, Dad.
Oh, wow. Nah. Again, guys, this is acting. This is just a show in England. But, I mean, I was going to say something, but I know... So, funny enough, it's going to lead on to one of my other videos, and it's to do with the gym. And guys, stay tuned in for that one, because that was very interesting. But I was speaking to one of the staff, and he was saying, how it's easy, and I was agreeing that it's very easy to talk to AI as a friend, as a individual that is on your same wavelength. Because he says something really interesting is that people, obviously, if you don't agree with someone, then you're always going to clash. Whereas AI is always agreeing with you 100%, unless you kind of prompt it to, not agree with you and be a bit harsh. And the funny thing is with humans is we like that. We generally like a yes man or yes woman, as to say. So, and this is where communication is going to be broken down more than ever. Because if people are talking, I mean, this is just to a dead, obviously a dead person and using a voice. But then people are chatting to it just normally. People are getting married to it, people. Hello, we covered this with the Japanese woman last year. So all of this is all to do with psychology. This is all to do with psychosis, really. And it's going to get scary, I'll be honest with you. But anyway, we are more into the case study, guys. This is a really good case study here. I really like this.
You have to keep going
I say it like this. I'm actually really scared of this, to be fair.
outside, eating well, getting sleep.
But then is it bad? Because if it's going to improve mental health, but no, I don't think it would. I think it can cause so much harm. I genuinely believe. Ethical? I don't think it is. I don't think this is ethical. Yeah?
Still thinking like the doctor then?
I bet you be.
Oh, but then again, the world is getting such a place where, humans really love communication. Obviously, I don't think every human can communicate things properly, but that's how humans really interact, is with the art of communication. Yeah? And if you've lost so many people, I'll be honest, I've seen, obviously loved ones have died and etc. And that's the way of life. If you ask me, hey, would you want to bring back your loved one's voice? I'll be honest right now, I would say no, because of the ethical way. But then there may be a part of me, and I'll be honest, it would be nice to hear their voices again. Do you know what I mean? You would be really wanted to hear their voice. There is a human element that you would always miss a certain, especially if you've got family of culture and they've got different accents and languages, etc. You would love to hear their voices. I think I'm not the only one. But then there's an ethical way of, a part of me is just like, nah. It's the 80-20 rule, I'll be honest. I'm like 80%, yeah, I would not do it. But then the 20%, I'm like, oh, actually. But yeah, let's carry on, guys.
Drinking too much rum as well.
Where you learn to be such a bossy boots, I don't know.
Oi, you can't call me bossy from beyond the grave.
Wow. What is it? Look at that. There's some humor in there. There's, I don't know. Scary.
Oi, so good to hear your voice again, son.
Wow.
I miss you.
I've missed you too, Dad.
He's talking at least.
Talking to the dead.
What harm can this actually do?
What harm?
It's a good question. What harm can it do? What is it? I mean, I'm saying like AI psychosis, but then what are the other harms as well?
When people dead, Denzel, we leave them to rest in peace. Technology.
I agree. Let's reload that again.
Denzel, we leave them to rest in peace. Harm? When people dead, Denzel, we leave them to rest in peace. Technology can't bring them back.
Ooh, she's got a point. Again, guys, this is obviously acting, but you've got to understand where the lines are. You know what? Fair play to EastEnders, man. Fair play to the directors. You know what? This is a little good piece of segment for EastEnders. Obviously, you got your Phil, you got your Grants. I'm talking old school. I really do miss EastEnders back then, but I could no way get back into it now. But yeah, let's continue. But she's made a really good point. Also, she's an old character as well, an old school character. I think it's Denise. I forgot her name. But yeah, she's a legend as well. Bless her.
We carry our dead loved ones in our heart.
But how's it any different from praying and like talking to God?
It is total.
Ooh, yo, this is They're mentioning some good points here, you know. Let's go back.
Our dead loved ones in our heart.
But how's it any different from praying and like talking to God?
It is
And okay, yeah, if you're religious, you obviously pray to God and it's more of a communication. But then, obviously, see, this is where it gets a bit political now, but with God, you can't hear God's voice. Do you know what I mean? Whereas AI, you can hear the voice. See, it's a God complex now. This is what people are going to be thinking. I'm telling you.
totally different to this artificial nonsense. You have opened a Pandora's box.
Ooh.
And it can't end well.
It's deep. That is deep. A Pandora's box. She's right. They're both right. Let's listen to it again.
He's talking at least.
Talking to the dead.
What harm can this actually do?
What harm? When people dead, Denzel, we leave them to rest in peace. Technology can't bring them back.
She's so right. Technology can never bring someone's authenticity of their voice, their tone, their touch. But then you boost it. But listen, humans and the human brain likes to remember the littlest of things, you know. And so if a voice, I mean, I don't know if you guys have like deja vu when you smell a certain thing. It may be a certain place, food, etc. And it brings back some memories. Now imagine, that's obviously one of the human senses, but imagine voice. That's a very powerful thing, you know. Fights, wars, everything comes from voice, really, as in there's power in the words. A family members would say to me, there's power in words. So very interesting.
We carry our dead loved ones in our heart.
So yeah, if you know, you're carrying your dead loved ones in your heart, as in that's more of a spiritual thing, I would say. But again, not a lot of people are spiritual. Some people will probably just see this as a really good, it will probably help them for their mental health. We don't know, but we'll see. But again, it's a Pandora's box. And does it end well? I don't think it does. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it does.
But how's it any different from praying and like talking to God?
It is totally different to this artificial nonsense.
Yeah, it is definitely totally different. I think what I was saying before didn't really make sense with the God thing. But it is very... It's a God complex, actually, no, to be fair. It is.
You have opened a Pandora's box.
Guys, wow. I'm going to stop the video there because we're on to 17 minutes. I really have enjoyed this little segment. Really good case study for us to really think about. And do you agree? Do you think we should bring dead people's voices from the grave and into technology's hands? I am, or I should say we are, the AI case study. Please like, comment and subscribe, and take care.